Bavaria's capital is a cocktail of beloved sites, opulent Baroque churches, and museums of the highest order. Munich's Kunstareal is a cluster of art museums with so many masterpieces it's challenging to know where to begin. A week would never be enough to see all of them, and these invaluable collections were assembled by the Wittelsbach monarchs who ruled Bavaria up to the 20th century. Their palaces in the city are two of the many glorious monuments to take in, and you'll catch sight of the Alps from the top of the Rathaus and St. Peter's Church. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Munich so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Munich Residenz. What began as a 14th century castle for the Wittelsbach monarchs on the city's northern edge burgeoned over several hundred years into a sublime palace complex of 10 courtyards and 130 rooms. Successive dukes, emperors, princes, and kings made grand statements in the Renaissance, Baroque, Rococo, and neoclassical styles. But a few musts to tick off are the Italian Renaissance grotto courtyard, the lavishly adorned antiquarium banquet hall, and the gilded moldings in the Baroque ancestral gallery. At number 9 is the Neues Rathaus. Munich's town hall on Marienplatz is a Gothic revival wonder, a monument worthy of the city. The facade is adorned with pinnacles, niches with little trefoil arches, and statues of the first 4 Bavarian kings on the bay of the tower. Munich's population doubled in less than 20 years between 1880 and 1900, and the Neues Rathaus, initially completed in 1874, had to be expanded barely 20 years after it was finished. That facade is 100 meters long, and the building was extended to 400 rooms, and you can go in to scale the 85-meter where you can see the Alps on cloudless days. At number 8, Alte Pinakothek. Dating to 1836, the Alte Pinakothek is one of the world's oldest art galleries. The museum's neo-Renaissance design would be a model for galleries that sprouted in Brussels, Rome, and St. Petersburg. It was all ordered by King Ludwig I to house the Wittelsbach dynasty's exceptional collection, started by Duke Wilhelm IV back in the 1500s. The upshot is 800 German, French, Dutch, Flemish, Italian, and Spanish excellent paintings from the 1200s to the 1800s. The masters who take the spotlight are Peter Paul Rubens, Albrecht Dürer, and Van Dyck, all represented by multiple paintings. At number 7, Marienplatz. Marienplatz in front of the Neues Rathaus will be brimming with locals and tourists out shopping, sightseeing, or just watching the city go by. The square has been at the city center since the 12th century and is named for a Marian column raised here in the 17th century. The monument is from 1638 and celebrates the withdrawal of Swedish troops from Munich during the 30 Years' War. The golden statue at the top is older, sculpted in 1590, and shows Mary on a crescent moon as the Queen of Heaven. At number 6 in our list, St. Peter's Church. Munich's oldest church was built at the end of the 1100s but was destroyed by fire in 1347. The reconstruction was in the Gothic style, with many extensions. That fusion of styles applies to the art, as 15th-century Gothic paintings by Jan Polak sit below a marvelous late Baroque ceiling fresco by Johann Baptist Zimmermann. St. Peter's Church rests atop the hillock, Petersburg, and it's worthwhile tackling the tower's 299 steps to spend a few minutes pointing out Munich's landmarks with the help of a telescope. At number 5, Deutsches Museum. Like the Alte Pinakothek, the Deutsches Museum could easily keep you occupied for an entire day. The museum sits on an island in the Isar and maps the development of science and technology in Germany. What will keep you engrossed is the sheer variety of fields dealt with in these galleries, from nanotechnology to reproduction, aerospace, and astronomy to hydraulic engineering. Every field has well-presented and fully interactive exhibits, inviting kids to push buttons, crank wheels, and pull levers. At number 4, Asam Church. An easy walk from the Sendlinger Tor at the southern tip of Old Munich is an extravagant late Baroque church wedged in a confined space between neighboring buildings. The Asam Church is named after its mid-18th century designers, the brothers Asam, one a painter and the other a sculptor. This and the narrow space gave the brothers freedom to break a few Baroque rules for layout and interior decoration. The church faces west, for instance, and the crucifix opposite the pulpit is hung unusually low. At number 3 in our list, Hellabrunn Zoo. In 40 hectares on the meadow-covered right bank of the Isar in the south of the city, Hellabrunn Zoo rarely ranks outside the top 5 in Europe. Established in 1911, it was one of the first in the world to adopt moats and ditches as barriers instead of cages. It also introduced the concept of the Geo-Zoo, where animals are located according to their geographical regions. If you're concerned about the zoo's humane credentials, it participates in breeding programs for endangered species like silvery and drill baboons, elephants, Arctic foxes, and gorillas. At number 2, Olympiapark.
While many former Olympic venues worldwide tend to be forgotten, Munich's 1972 Olympic Park is still a popular day out.
The park is a massive activity center where you can ride a zip line over the iconic stadium, participate in water sports on the lake, and ski on the hill in winter. There are also fairground amusements in summer and no lack of places to grab a snack or meal. The park also witnessed some historical events, one grim, like the Munich massacre of 11 Israeli team members in 1972, and you can still visit Building 31, where the Israeli team was staying. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Englischer Garten. Scanning a city map, you'll be struck by the size of the Englischer Garten. Created in the 18th century, the park begins on the left bank of the Isar in the north behind the Residenz and seems to continue. At 370 hectares, this expanse of lawns, tree groves, pasture, waterways, and a lake is one of the world's largest urban parks, more significant than New York's Central Park. There are some neat little sights to take in, like a Japanese tea house added for the Olympics in 1972 and the Chinese tower based on Kew Gardens Pagoda, first erected in 1790. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Munich? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.